Hey everybody, this is One of Wisdom. We are back for part 7 of our Wii Fit Plus playthrough. Again, we're in strength training. We're going to tackle the arm and leg lift. This will tone your shoulders and hip muscles to improve body balance. No balance board this time, which is kind of nice. And looks like we're going to start out here with the 10 reps. I think there's just 10 and 20 on this one.
Getting the right amount of sleep is important to staying healthy. Let's do some arm and leg lifts.
Alright, so I really don't remember this one. I've played it twice.
Remember to wear your wrist strap. With the Wii remote in your hand, get down on all fours. Press the A button when you're ready.
Guess I'm probably going to screw this up because I honestly don't remember how it scores, but you know, we'll figure it out and probably score higher on the 20 reps, as weird as that is. Kind of a common theme, it seems like I do that a lot. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I just did the same. I did the right arm and right leg, so I'm readjusting now.
Down. Up.
Okay, what I can tell you right now, obviously the first one I totally screwed up, but that's again just not playing in a long time.
Down.
The way this is scored, it's based on the, you know, vertical position of the Wiimote. You kind of want to keep it parallel to the ground. And what I'm actually having to do, my arm isn't fully extended, you know, like a flush, you know, 90 degree, 180 parallel with the ground type deal. It's not square, it's actually, I'm having to point down a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if that's the way I hold the Wiimote. But I'm kind of nesting it now between my thumb and index finger. And it is relatively, I mean, it's not going to be square like I said, but you know, maybe 88 degrees. But you know, again, if you want to get a perfect score, that's something to keep in mind if you're like me. So this is actually pretty simple. You know, it is kind of awkward to have to turn your neck sideways to look at the screen, but you know, this was just 10 reps. I managed to do it there, and obviously, if I wouldn't have looked at the screen, we would have totally
press the A button when you're ready.
Totally screwed our score over. But again, with the Wii U, maybe you could just be down on all fours and actually look at the screen, you know, on the remote that was in front of you. That'd be a lot better. I actually, again, I did the left arm and the left leg. I don't know why. I'm switching now. But again, you know, I haven't played this in a long time. And just kind of got back into it, figured out what we're doing, and you know, it's obviously not too difficult. I will say it's actually as stupid as it looks, you know, it's just classic, you know, Wii Fit Plus type stuff. It is a good exercise, you know, it kind of, yeah. Again, you know, it's kind of hard to keep your arm perfect, especially when in the true parallel position I'm actually up too high, so my tendency is going to be to, you know, undercompensate. I mean, back to what I was saying, it is actually a pretty good exercise, you know, you can feel it in your core.
Great, keep it up.
Yeah, I guess it's for advanced users. They just hope that you know, play through the earlier exercises, kind of build things up, your balance particularly. But 10 reps, it's really not that bad. Granted, you're doing 20, you know, 10 for each side, but you know, if you unlock it, I think you'd be fine to play it. You know, you might wait to do 20, but
every day to keep toning your body.
Yeah, that's really sad, because if I have played this more, you know, something comparable to the 47 would have had a 4-star rank, but you know,
use this exercise to work on building strength and stability.
I'll see if I can't do better with 20 reps. Oh, okay, so we had a perfect score again. That's probably the second time I played it, but here on the third time, it's been several months. 3 minutes, 16 calories. That's actually, you know, a lot of bang for the buck. 3 minutes to burn 16 calories, but you know, as always with what I do on here, it seems like I go to the what should be harder, which I've never done it with 20 reps yet, but you know, in reality, you should score lower, you know, on the higher reps for some reason. I seem to be going through here and actually scoring higher on the more I don't know why, but I think in my case it's just kind of getting acclimated to the exercise. But
press the A button when you're ready.
We kind of did the same thing in the plank, which that makes no sense, but you know, whatever. You know, I'm happy. So
extend your arm and leg at the first whistle and return them at the second whistle. Up.
Again, I will mention, you know, I think the camera eventually rotates, but for me it's always easier to have the view from the backside, just for the simple fact that it's easier to mimic the trainer. If this was from the front, I feel like I'd even be more likely to go right and right, you know, several times before I realize it. But you know, once the camera angle pans from the straight back to the side, which granted, you know, it's kind of hard to look at the screen at an angle, but you know, it's actually, you know, not too bad. I'm not sure what the front view would be right now, but you know, again, if it pans to the side, I think you'd be fine. But you know, if you ever have trouble, just remember you can hit your up or down arrow to switch the view of the trainer. So but I mean, now that I know what we're doing,
while you're working out,
I'm kind of starting to get tired, just because I guess, you know, we're doing them successively. But
don't give up.
Now that I know what I'm doing and how it's scored, you know, kind of refreshed my mind. This really isn't too bad at all, and I do think it's actually a pretty good exercise. So
while you're working out, visualize your ideal body.
And it's about this point in time when we've done halfway through the first set of the same exercise, I start running out of things to say. So, and I could talk about the treadmill, which you're probably tired of hearing that. So, hey, yoga mat, let's go there. I'm on carpet, so I don't actually use a yoga mat. The carpet is padded. If you're doing this on tile floor, I mean, my gosh, the yoga mat would be a lifesaver. Tile is rarely perfectly square. It's kind of an irregular surface. You know, hardwood's going to be a little warmer, probably not as hard on your back or knees, but I mean, geez, if you're actually doing this on tile, I mean, yoga mats are cheap. You don't have to buy the Nintendo one. I mean, you can go to Target or, you know, Walmart if you shop there. Yoga mats are probably $10. They're actually, you know, pretty nice. You can use them in a shop too, kind of as a low-profile creeper type deal. But yeah, they usually clean up good. But the main thing, if you are on a hard surface, I mean, this would kind of be like a living hell on your knees, and I imagine your palms would start to get worn out too. But you know, for me on carpet, you know, all this stuff is relatively easy. But I mean, even the jackknives on tile, I mean, that would get really old. So I do think the yoga mat, you know, if you need one, you know, is well worth the money. I mean, if you go all out, you're gonna spend $25 at most. So
press the A button when you're ready.
And again, this is going to be the same thing. You switch, you know, to do the other side. It's obviously going to score by the hand with the Wiimote, so this will be our left side. But right leg up, left arm out.
Down.
That's really all there is to it. Again, the camera will pan over, so, you know, if you're ever in a view and you get tired of it and think, well, you know, I can't see anything, let me switch, and get frustrated with it, you know, just remember, give it, you know, 2 or 3 reps into the exercise, and they'll generally pan to the side or the best viewing angle. So
down.
Well, yeah, I do feel this working, but you know, I'm able to talk to you pretty easy, and you know, as awkward as it is to kind of do this with my head tilted up to the side, you know, I mean, I'd rather have a good score. So in a perfect world, you know, once you've gotten your good score you're content with, maybe ace it or something. You know, this is one of the ones I just focus on the form. You know, if you score your 4 stars or 100 points, whatever you want, you know, from there just go back and, I mean, look down, don't always look at the screen and, you know, kind of kill your neck. So
really extend yourself.
That's really my main thing, you know. On some of them, you know, you can totally cheat on a lot of this stuff, but I mean, what's the point, you know? For me, I kind of like the challenge. You know, when you start out, you're generally horrible at it. You know, 1, you have to figure out what you're doing, and then 2, you have to get good at it. But you know, an exercise like this is actually,
Extend yourself.
I don't remember what the MET was on it, but I mean, if it burns 16 calories, I think in 3 minutes, by their standards, that's pretty intense for this game, really. But
while you're working out, visualize your ideal body.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
don't give up.
I want to get 100 points on everything. I don't want to do that in the playthrough just for the simple fact I'd have to come in and edit stuff out. You might score like a 92 or a 98. Some of the stuff,
you're doing great.
It's actually fairly hard to get 100. 4 stars is relatively easy, but the perfect score, if you're truly playing the game, some of them are hard to come by.
Don't give up.
Most of these we will. Like the push up and side plank, the jackknives, you'll ace those. But some of the ones, that are actually, sort of scored like this, with the motion or weight to the sides, there'd be a lot of editing involved. So I'm just going to go keep playing them straight through, do what we can. And at a later date and time, like say I score low on this, I do want a 4-star, I'll just come back, hit it again. If anybody wants it uploaded, I'll do that. But it should be that's really sad. The 99s usually hurt the most.
You've got great balance. Control over your left and right balance is important to maintain good posture.
And the good news is we slaughtered our score on the 10 reps, which is basically what I seem to do. But first time we played this one, first time we played this exercise in a long time. I think 4th time overall now. 6 minutes, 25 calories. Again, that is pretty impressive for Wii Fit Plus. This is a great exercise for the burn, and I'm kind of sad about the 99. I'll come back, try to get 100 at some point, but I think that took quite a bit of time. But we basically did the arm and leg lift, 10 and 20 reps. That's all there is to it, and I think I'll end it here, pick up next time. But as always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll do my best to help you out.